Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Port Huron High School for another exciting game of boys high school varsity baseball action here on PHHS 6. I'm Carl Staffors. Got an exciting one for you tonight. The Port Huron High Big Reds are taking on crosstown rivals, the Port Huron Northern Huskies. So just about to get this one underway. On the mound for the Big Red, number 10. On the mound for the Big Reds, number 10, Greg Marshall, the junior. And stepping in now for the Huskies, we have Andrew Seppo, who will be playing third base tonight. First pitch swinging, fouled along the first base line. So 0-1 the count now. So again, a great day for baseball here in Port Huron High School. With the lefty on the mound, Greg Marshall. 0-1 pitch. Taken for strike two, so quickly ahead with an 0-2 count. Now the 0-2 pitch to Seppo. Swing and a miss, strike three, so a three-pitch strikeout to start the game for the Big Reds. And now stepping in for the Huskies, center fielder Tyler Thomas. So a good start for Marshall here in the early goings. First pitch taken for strike one, so Marshall right out the gate throwing strikes. And he's going to be facing off against Jansen Southgate, senior tonight from the Port Huron Northern. Obviously a pretty good pitching matchup here. Saving some good starters for tonight's rivalry game. That pitch fouled off. Makes it 1-2 the count now. This pitch hit now out to center field, giving good chase is Durand Ashford, bouncing off the fence. And in standing up with a double is Tyler Thomas, a one-out hit for the Huskies here in the top of the first inning. So good carry on that ball, send it all the way out to the center field fence. A lot of room here in this ballpark. Just keeping it in the park. So now stepping in for the Huskies, number 2, shortstop James McMillan. So Marshall leans in, and the pitch taken for strike one. So a first pitch strike to every hitter so far. Let's see if the Huskies recognize that and start going up there swinging first pitch. This pitch hit hard into right field, giving chase. Back over his head, will fall down. That's Shane Donaldson, right field. A throw in, the cutoff, 1 run will score. And an RBI double for James McMillan. So the Huskies quickly off with a 1-0 lead. And still threatening with a man on second. So now stepping in, the DH, Zach Zerr. Again with 1 out. A pitch fouled straight back, so 0-1 the count. Again, a man on second, McMillan. Going off that RBI double. Gives the Big Reds a quick 1-0 lead. Or the Huskies, excuse me. That pitch taken for a strike, so an 0-2 count here early. Now the 0-2 pitch, 1 out man on second. Taken for a ball. Good throwaway pitch with an 0-2 count, trying to get him something to chase. And that pitch called strike 3, so 2 strikeouts now for Marshall. So now stepping in, we have first baseman Jordan Kerr. See a little lefty on lefty action here. Normally that matchup favors the pitcher. Pitch taken for a ball. That pitch swinging, fouled off. Evens count at 1-1. Pitch grounded up the middle. Throw over to first in time, so that does it for the top of the first inning. Huskies get on the board with a 1-0 lead. We'll be back for the bottom of the first in just a moment here on CPHS 6. Okay, we're back with the bottom of the first. Tonight's matchup between crosstown rivals, the Port Huron High Big Reds and the visiting Port Huron Northern Huskies. On the mound for the Huskies is number 21, Jansen Southgate, the senior right-hander. Now stepping in against him, started off for the Big Reds, number 7, Jordan Galanos. Pitch taken for a ball. So the Huskies getting a 1-run lead on the top of the first. See the Big Reds rally back. Jansen with the pitch. Pitch grounded. Played by short, no through. So Galanos will round first, but he will retreat. A leadoff single for Jordan Galanos. So now the center fielder, Durand Ashford, will step in. Checks the runner at first. Pickoff move. Not in time. And Galanos off on the pitch, but I think that hit Ashford. It did. Came in on the hands, and looks like he shook it off. But so now Ashford will take his base. And that puts 2 on for the Big Reds, still with no outs here in the bottom of the first inning. And it could be a rough start for the Huskies. As now they got to deal with number 3 hitter, Anthony Engel. So Engel with 2 on, no outs. Pitch home. It's 1 down in the dirt, taken for ball 1. Alex Zonlak behind the plate tonight for the Huskies. Catcher always pretty much as important as the pitcher. These kind of matchups, got to make sure you scoop all those balls down in the dirt and prevent base runners from advancing. This one popped up behind the plate trying to make a play, and he dropped it in foul territory. Tough play for Zonlak. So there will remain no outs. So now the count 1-1. So again, Anthony Engel will step in. So Jansen Southgate looking to get himself out of a jam here. In his first inning of work tonight. This ball down the dirt. Another nice block by Zonlak behind the plate. Now the count brings to 2-1. Swinging strike. Evens count up at 2-2. Again, runners on first and second. And the 2-2 pitch from Southgate. Ground ball. Played to short. Play at second. Over to first. In time, and a double play for the Huskies. Runner Jordan Galanos advanced to third. But a big play for Jansen Southgate and the Port Huron Northern Huskies, as they could get out of this inning with no runs scored now. So Galanos still on third. So now stepping in, Drew Page, the catcher, for the Big Reds. So the pitch from Southgate, and a swinging strike 1 from Page. See that? Got to think Galanos is going to be eager at third, especially with 2 outs. Could possibly even try to score on a passed ball. So defense again important here. Pitch taken high, evens count up at 1-1. This pitch again taken high. Pull Grant Page time. So we'll step out here for a minute. trying to get clarification on the count here. Getting some questions from the third baseline for the Port Huron High Big Reds. I believe we've got it clarified now. So now the pitch from Southgate. And strike three. Caught him looking, and the Huskies get out of the bottom of the first with no runs scored and still lead 1-0. We'll be back for the top of the second in just a moment here on CPHS 6. Okay, we're back with the top of the second tonight's game. So again, the Huskies getting out of a jam last inning with no runs scored. Big double play turned by the Huskies that last half inning. So now we're back at the top of the second. Again, still on the mound for the Big Reds, Greg Marshall, who despite having 2 strikeouts and coming out throwing strikes the first inning, actually ended up giving up 1 run. So a tough start from Marshall after he's pitched fairly well. That ball again down in the dirt. So Alex Zonlak stepping in. He's got a 2-0 count now. That pitch taken for strike 1, so 2-1 now. There again, back on track, throwing strikes. 2-2 the count. This ball grounded, fouled on the first baseline. Third baseline, excuse me. So again, the count's still 2-2 on Zonlak. This pitch hit hard, will split the outfielders. And left and center, look like Ashford's going to get to it first. A throw in, and he's going for 3. A throw from Galanos on the cutoff, and standing up. Actually slid in there, but plenty of time to walk into that one. And Alex Zonlak fighting through a tough count. He'll lead off with a triple for the Port Huron Northern Huskies. So that pitch first taken for a ball. And that is Nate Manis, who's playing left field tonight. Definitely an RBI opportunity here with a man on third and no outs. Pitch from Marshall. Fouled off. So the 1-1 pitch, swinging strike 2. And again, Greg Marshall attacking the strike zone. You got to really admire that style of pitching. And caught in some tough innings so far, but he's throwing strikes, and that's all your coach can really ask. This one popped up along the third baseline. It looked like it will go foul, and it does. So really kind of experiencing a tough game, especially for how he's pitched here tonight. We see the runner on third. That's Zonlak. This pitch down in the dirt. A nice stop by Page. Kept it in front of him, and I don't think there's any way Zonlak will try to come home with that with no outs here. So again, Carl Stafforce here for CPHS 6. Count is 2-2. This pitch hit hard into right field. On a line, but caught for the out. Throw home, tagging up Zonlak, not nearly in time. Nice play in right field, Shane Donaldson. That pitch was hit hard, but right to him. But the Huskies score another run. Now with a 2-0 lead. So now they'll have Tyler Wagner stepping in. He's playing second base tonight. Pitch was taken for a ball. And then again low. Brings the count to 2-0. Finally a strike. Brings the count to 2-1. Swinging strike two. So again, back throwing strikes. Pitch grounded. Will split. No, Jordan Galanos cuts it off at center, but wisely with no throw. So an infield single for Tyler Wagner. And right behind him, Tyler Smith will step in, playing right field tonight for the Huskies. Again, we have a lefty and lefty matchup. We have a few lefties in this Husky lineup. A short delay at the plate while we... Looks like Drew Page is getting his equipment all set. So while we got a second, we'd like to remind our viewers Friday is request day at Channel 6. So you can call in Monday through Friday to request your favorite CPHS 6 programs. The number for that is 984-6621. Again, that's 984-6621. Okay, so now stepping back in, Tyler Smith. Facing Greg Marshall. Down in the dirt, but check swing for strike one. Checks the runner at first, comes home with it. This pitch hit hard into right field, but it looks like it will go foul. No, making a play on it, crashing into the fence, unable to catch that one. and originally was going for second, but wisely, Tyler Wagner will hold up at, originally going for third, but wisely he will hold up at second. Not able to get a good jump on that play. So originally it looked like that ball was going to get caught. So now the Huskies again threatening, man on first and second, only one out here in the top of the first inning. Huskies already with a 2-0 lead. And I believe we're back with the top of the order with Andrew Seppo. Playing third base. Ump again granting time. Pitch again down in the dirt. Runners will hold. And the fake pickoff move. This pitch hit hard. Looks like it will split the outfielders. Down between center and right field. Throw in now. Looks like 2 runs will score for the Huskies. At least a play for the second one. And he is safe at home. So 2 runs score for the Huskies. As Seppo with a 2 RBI double. So now Tyler Thomas will step in for the Huskies. Again, Huskies still threatening because now Seppo's on second. Pitch inside, taken for ball 1. Still only 1 out here. Top of the second inning. This time Lowe misses for ball 2. You see the scoreboard there, top of the second inning. 4-0 Huskies. Pitch from Marshall. This time grounded right back to him. Let's see if he can get the play over to first in time. Seppo will advance to third, but 2 outs now for the Big Reds. So now the number 3 hitter playing shortstop. Number 2, James McMillan. Pass ball. Marshall coming in to protect the plate, but didn't get far enough away from Page for Seppo to try anything. And with 2 outs, it's when he would try it. Pitch taken for a strike, evens the count up at 1-1. That pitch fouled off. So now 1-2. 1-2 pitch. High. And Page threatening a snap throw over to third. So now we're even at 2-2. And the pitch from Marshall. Down in the dirt, and Seppo thought about trying it. Got a little bit of a late start there. And I bet he would have wished he went on that one. I don't think he quite picked up where the ball was right away. So he had to hesitate for a moment. But now a full count on McMillan. Throw from Marshall down in the dirt for ball 4. So McMillan will walk. Then now stepping in for the Huskies, Zach Zur. Now with runners on the corners, would expect to see McMillan off it with the pitch. And she should see no throw down with a runner on third. Pitch taken for strike 1. Staying put, McMillan at first. The 1-0 pitch down in the dirt, taken for ball 1. Evens count up at 1-1. Now the pitch, again taken high. McMillan still staying put at first. Kind of surprised by that play, actually. He is being held on by Anthony Engel, though. And with the lefty on the mound, not actually able to get a very big lead. But a swinging strike there evens the count up at 2-2. This pitch fouled off. See if they can make a run at it. No, and it will fall foul along the first base sideline. Giving chase was both Donaldson and Engel. Count stays 2-2. Again, runners on the corners. Seppo on third with McMillan still at first. Pitch hit hard. Looks like it will go into center field, and backing up is Durand Ashford to make the play. So that finally does it for the top of the second. Tough inning for the Big Reds, giving up 3 more runs with the score 4-0. That does it for the top of the second. We'll be back for the bottom of the second in just a moment here on CPHS 6. Okay, here we are back with the bottom of the second. Tonight's game, Huskies rallying in that last inning, bringing the lead to 4-0 over the rivals, the Port Huron High Big Reds. First pitch by Jansen Southgate, ripped into left center field, picked up by the center fielder. Nice throw into second, prevents the double, but now a missed throw. Play at second, not in time, and heads up base running by Shane Donaldson. Getting into second base there. So really hustling all the way around. You gotta love that from the coaching point of view. As There's actually a very nice play in center field for the Huskies. That's Tyler Thomas. Quick throw in, but unable to play it at second. And Donaldson with a heads-up play to advance. It's now a runner in scoring position with no outs for the Big Reds. Now DH Kenny Radigan will step in for the Big Reds. First pitch fouled off. This pitch hit him. So I believe that's the second hit batter by Southgate today. And he'll take a slow walk to first, but he seems like he's all right. Seems like he'll shake it off and stay in the game. So that will bring us to Nick Johnson. Johnson's in left field tonight with runners on first and second and no outs for the Big Reds. Here in the bottom of the second inning. Kind of like we saw from the Big Reds in the first inning. Started off with no outs, runners on first and second, but the Huskies actually escaped that inning with no runs scored. Big Reds are going to play conservative here. They'll have Nick Johnson try to lay down a bunt. At least that's what he showed on the first pitch. Again, shows bunt. Gets it down, but foul. So strike one, evens the count up at 1-1. So you got to think this is the right call by the Big Reds in this one. Again, just trying to play safe for the runs. They obviously realize this is only the second inning. Have plenty of time to shorten up that deficit, but then on that pitch, swinging hard was Nick Johnson. And now in a 1-2 hole. So now no doubt he will be swinging away. Swinging strike 3, so 1 down for the Big Reds now. Stepping in will be number 14, Pat Kostanecki. So the double play still in order after that strikeout. Double play is what got the Huskies out of that first inning. Pitch from Southgate taken high for ball 2. Inside, and that was ball 4. So that will load the bases. Still with only 1 out, now an RBI. Now a sac fly to the outfield, should score a run. And Dave Seppo will now step in for Port Huron High. Now the force out and any plate. First pitch taken for strike 1. So would expect the Huskies to come home with it on a ground ball in the infield. Throw home just a little high, taken for ball one. So the 1-1 pitch for Jansen Southgate. Pitch fouled off. And again, battles ahead. Now with 2 strikes on the hitter. According to my count, Southgate with 2 strikeouts so far in this game. Another one would be big here. Pitch taken high. Now 2-2. Thought about checking the swing. They're going to check over. And the appeal to the on-base official called the check swing a strike. So tough break for the Big Reds and 2 outs now. But now the Big Reds back to the top of the order with shortstop Jordan Galanos. So bases loaded and still no runs for the Big Reds in this inning. And Huskies are 1 out away from, again, narrowly escaping this one. That pitch grounded along the third base line. In the corner, this will score a few. And this will bring them all home. So Jordan Galanos with a huge 3 RBI double. So just like that, the Big Reds are right back in on this one. And again, still threatening with Galanos on second. Coach will take a moment to talk to Durand Ashford. Set to step in next. So again, the Big Reds now only down 1. Huskies still lead 4-3. A lot of scoring here early in this one. Still in the bottom of the second inning. Jansen Southgate on the mound for the Huskies, facing Greg Marshall. The Big Reds tonight in the pitching matchup. So again, back to Durand Ashford. Pitch taken for ball one. Checks the runner at second, comes home with it. Taken for ball two. Galanos taking a pretty good-sized lead at second. Just trying to mess with Southgate a little bit on the mound. And 3-0. So Ashford should be taking all the way here. Taking all the way, but strike one thrown. So brings it up to 3-1. Waiting on deck for the Big Reds, we have Anthony Engel, first baseman for the Big Reds. Ashford swinging strike two. So Southgate fighting back. Brings the count now full. Jordan Galano still on second base. Full count pitch. Down in the dirt, taken for ball 4. But nice heads-up base running on the play. As Alex Zonglak able to advance to third on the pass ball. Or not Alex, excuse me, that was Jordan Galanos. So now, Port Huron High threatening with Engel. See if Ashford's off on the pitch, and he is. Playoff throw caught in a rundown now, but now going home, and the play at the plate. And the signal was he was safe at the plate. So Jordan Galanos taking the risk and tying this one up at 4-4. And the double steal paying off big for the Big Reds. Aggressive base running. And this one's all tied up at 4, so Ashford did advance to second base. And just when Southgate tried to pick off Ashford, Galanos was quickly on his way home. A nice slide in. This pitch hit hard. Looks like it could split center and left fielders. Back to the fence, played by Tyler Thomas. One more run will score. And now Anthony Engel with an RBI double. So a pretty exciting inning. Now stepping in for the Big Reds, we have the catcher Drew Page. So now the Big Reds take the lead though, 5-4. And we have a meeting on the mound between Bob Kearns and Jansen Southgate. Gonna leave Southgate in, just trying to get him through this inning. So definitely an interesting inning, and scoreboard shows it for the Big Reds. Jordan Galano stealing home as part of the double steal. And a couple RBI doubles. From Southgate, this pitch hit into center field. Tyler Thomas coming in to make a nice play, but so the Huskies finally get out of the bottom of the second, but the Big Reds take over. Now leading this one 5-4. We'll be back for the top of the third in just a moment here on CPHS 6. Back with the top of the third inning. Jordan Kerr will lead off the inning, playing first base tonight for the Huskies. Again, still on the mound for the Big Reds, Greg Marshall. First pitch swinging by Kerr. The pitch fouled back and out of play. So one strike. Pitch caught way ahead of it on the off-speed pitch, and strike 2. Marshall quickly in an 0-2 count. See if he gets him to chase on this pitch. Ump will grant time. Kerr's able to step out for a moment. Then back in the 0-2 pitch from Marshall. high for ball one. Good 0-2 pitch upstairs, trying to get the batter to chase. So again, time is granted. This pitch hit hard. Looks like along the first baseline. Could be out of play. No, caught right on the border by Anthony Engel, playing first base tonight for the Big Reds. So quickly, Marshall with one down. And there we see the catcher now stepping in, Alex Zonlak, for the Huskies. First pitch, ball one. That one bounces off home plate. Nobody on base, but now 2-0 the count. A short break as Drew Page will come out to talk to Marshall. So the Big Reds coached by head coach Adam Hodgkins and assistant coach Matt Langoff, while the Huskies are coached by head coach Bob Kearns and assistant coach Larry Mozurak. So again, one down here in the top of the third inning. Pitch taken high. Now 3-0 the count. So Zonlak will be taking all the way here. On deck for the Huskies, Nate Manis. And pitched right down the middle, strike one. Strike two. Two back-to-back strikes from Marshall. Bringing the count full now. So now the payoff pitch. This pitch hit hard, but looped up in left field. Going back to make the play. Was Nick Johnson in left. And now two down here in the top of the third inning. So now stepping in again, Nate Manis, playing left field tonight. Manis already with a RBI sac fly in the second inning. Pitch taken for ball one. Again, nice stop. Drew Page behind the plate. That taken for strike one. Evens count up at 1-1. Pitch grounded to first. Making the play covering first is the pitcher, Marshall. And in time, so 1-2-3 go the Huskies in the top of the third inning. Back with the bottom of the third in just a moment here on CPHS 6. Okay, back with the bottom of the third for tonight's game. Leading off for the Big Reds, number 9, Shane Donaldson. Playing right field tonight. Jansen Southgate still on the mound for the Huskies. And the first pitch underway, swinging strike one. Nice pitch by Southgate. That pitch down in the dirt brings the count to 1-1. So the Big Reds rallying in these last few innings. Been some long ones. Be good for Southgate and the Huskies to have a quick 1-2-3 inning. That pitch taken for a strike, so the count now 1-2. Pitch down in the dirt. So now they count 2-2 on Donaldson. Taken inside, so strike three looking. And one down for the Huskies. Now we see number 11 stepping in there. That's Kenny Radigan, who's DHing for Marshall today. And the first pitch from Jansen Southgate misses and right to the backstop. So, ball one. Taken high for ball two. First pitch lined right to the shortstop for the Huskies. So, heads up play, James McMillan. Pretty much had no choice to catch that one. Coming right at him. So, 2 down for the Huskies. And Jansen Southgate again 1 out away from going, as we said, 1-2-3. Nick Johnson will step in. And that's strike one. Swinging strike two. Now with the 0-2 count, let's see if he can throw something away and get Johnson to chase. And strike three looking, so a big inning for the Huskies as they rebound. So Jansen Southgate goes 1-2-3, and that does it for the bottom of the third. We'll be back with the top of the fourth in just a moment here on CPHS 6. Okay, back with the top of the fourth now. And still on the mound for the Big Reds, Greg Marshall. And leading off for the Huskies is Tyler Wagner. First pitch taken for fouled off for strike one. Now the 0-1 pitch. This pitch swung hard, and it's like, again, it will be fouled out of play, so quickly Marshall ahead with an 0-2 count. Which is what we said, that's been the story here tonight. Marshall with Marshall on the mound anyway, getting ahead, throwing strikes. Both pitchers giving up a few runs in this one, but still Port Huron High on top, 5-4. And strike three looking, Marshall with his third strikeout of the game. So now stepping in for the Huskies, number 32, Tyler Smith. He is in right field tonight. And again, another one of those lefties. We saw one just before with Tyler Smith. With Wagner, excuse me, now Smith. So back-to-back lefties faced by Marshall. Pitch taken low for ball one. So the 1-0 pitch taken for strike one. One pitch, swinging strike two. So Marshall looking like he's rolling through this one. And that one taken for strike three. So now two down here. Top of the fourth inning. That's his third strikeout now. According to my count, now stepping in, number 9, which is Andrew Seppo. Seppo had a 2 RBI double back in the second inning. That first pitch taken for ball one, and Seppo represents the top of the order for the Huskies. He's got Tyler Thomas on deck. Breaking pitch there. Breaks into the zone for strike one. This pitch grounded past the shortstop, Galanos. Grounding first, but he will retreat to first base, and again, Andrew Seppo doing what a leadoff hitter does, getting on base. And now stepping in, center fielder Tyler Thomas. So still two down, but runner on first. First pitch swinging. Looks like it's getting down between the left and center fielder. Left fielder will get there first. The throw in. Looks like one run will score on Tyler Thomas with a stand-up RBI double. And that ties this game at 5-5. So back and forth. That's been the story in this one here tonight. So now the lefty James McMillan will step in. Another one of those Port Huron Northern Husky left-handed batters face Marshall. First pitch taken for strike one. So now Thomas again still in scoring position. This pitch grounded to second. Takes a bad bounce, but still recovers in the play over to first in time. So the Huskies tie it back up at 5-5. We're back with the bottom of the fourth in just a moment here on CPHS 6. We're back with the bottom of the fourth now. Leading it off for the Big Reds, third baseman Pat Kostanecki. Still in the mound, Jansen Southgate. For the Huskies, and now waiting the first pitch in high and tight, taken for ball one. As Kostanecki had to lean out of the way of that one. That pitch taken for a strike, evens the count up at 1-1. So again, seeing a pretty good pitch game, pretty well pitched game from both sides here tonight. Both had their big innings, giving up quite a few runs. But both seemingly have settled down here in the past inning or two. Now the count 1-2 after that swing and miss. Taken high, evens count up at 2-2. Two to Kostanecki, down to the dirt, brings it full. Full count pitch paints the bottom of the strike zone for strike three looking. So big strikeout for Jansen Southgate on the mound. And now coming in is number 6, Dave Seppo. Second baseman for the Big Reds. So again, all tied at 5 here in the bottom of the fourth inning. First pitch taken for a strike, as Dave Seppo showed bunt there. Playing in at third. First baseman pretty much playing at normal depth. Let's see if they charge in, if they see a bunt. Not showed that time, taken for a ball. So still a lot of room down the first base line. First baseman Jordan Kerr not really playing in at all. Taken inside. So now 2-1. That finally taken for a strike. Evens count back up at 2-2. To Dave Seppo. Strike three looking, so another strikeout for Southgate. As he seems to be settling down again, as we said earlier, on the mound. So back to the top of the order with Jordan Galanos, who's had a big game today. Had a triple, or had a 3-run RBI. Had a 3-run RBI hit in the second inning. Later stole home. Swinging and a miss. So 1-1 the count now. Pitch hit into center field. Going back, and that is gone. So Jordan Galanos with a home run. And that brings the Big Reds back on top, 6-5. So taking this slow walk around the bases, waiting to get met by his team. So the solo shot again brings the Big Reds back on top, 6-5. And now stepping in center fielder Durand Ashford. So that brings Galanos now with 4 RBIs on the night. And also with another run scored. So Galanos taking part in 5 of the 6 runs for the Big Reds. Now the pitch from Southgate. Taken again for a strike, now 2 strikes. Tried to paint the outside corner with that one. It's going to be called a ball. Again, just misses. Evens it up at 2-2 on Ashford. Ball down in the dirt, bounced up, so now the count is full. And Ashford will be one to watch on if he gets on base. Pitch fouled off, so tough at bat. Able to grind out a nice at bat against Southgate. Taken inside for ball 4. So battling back at that one to earn a walk. A well-deserved one at that. So now Anthony Engel will step in. He had an RBI double earlier. Again, back in the 2nd inning. Southgate going back to the stretch now with a runner on. And Ashford definitely a threat to steal a base. Gets off a nice lead. But not going anywhere on that pitch. Taken for ball 1, too. Pickoff move to first, not in time. As Jordan Kerr for the Huskies, holding him right on the base. Checks the runner. Pickoff move again, and I believe he got him. He got him. Nice pickoff move. That was by Jansen Southgate to end the bottom of the 4th inning. We'll be back for the top of the 5th in just a moment here on CPHS 6. The top of the 5th begins with a Port Huron High lead. Big Big Reds taking a 6-5 lead with that last half inning. A solo shot by Jordan Galanos, who's having a big game tonight. Now the Huskies started off with Zach Zerr and a swinging strike one. So again, this is rivalry baseball at its best. Port Huron High Big Reds taking on the visiting Port Huron Northern Huskies. That pitch just misses for ball one. So the count even at 1-1. Again, Carl Staffhorse here for CPHS 6. 1-1 pitch. Hit hard. It's a nice snag at third. The throw over to first. Just barely in time. Nice play at third. That is Pat Kostanecki, senior, playing third base tonight. And a nice snag on a well-hit ball. So now stepping in for Port Huron Northern, Jordan Kerr. And the first pitch from Greg Marshall, taken high for ball one. Ground ball to first. Covering first in time was Marshall. And quickly 2 down for the Huskies. So that ball was fielded by Anthony Engel. And flipped to the pitcher covering, Greg Marshall. And quickly 2 down. First pitch taken inside. To catcher Alex Zonlak. Ground ball to third. Again, fielded well, throw over to first. This time safe on a close play at first. Took a half second to get that throw on the mark and ended up costing it that one. Pat Kostanecki at third. Hard throw, just not in time, beating it out. Alex Zonlak. So who says catchers can't run, beating out an infield single. And giving the Huskies a 2-out base runner. Nate Manis up to the plate. Pickoff move to first. And Zonlak easily back in time. This time comes home with it, taken high for ball one. Again, checking the runner, goes home with it. Down in the dirt, but nice stop by Drew Page for the count 2-0. That pitch finally taken for a strike. And we'll see if he can battle back. He's done quite a bit of it tonight. See if the Huskies will try to change anything up with perhaps a hit and run. It's kind of hard with a lefty on the mound. This pitch hit right up the middle, flipped to second in time, and that's the third out here in the top of the fifth inning. Big Red's still up 5-6. We'll be back with the bottom of the fifth in just a moment here on CPHS 6. Now we're back with the bottom of the fifth of tonight's game. Jansen Southgate still on the mound for the Huskies. And the Huskies still facing a one-run deficit. So leading off this inning, I believe we have Anthony Engel for the Big Reds. First pitch taken for strike one. Strike two. Southgate out of the gate throwing strikes. An 0-2 pitch hit hard into left field. Tried to come in, and now it will get to the backstop. Let's see, center fielder tracing it down. Is Tyler Thomas able to prevent that from being perhaps a triple? But Anthony Engel with a leadoff double here in the bottom of the fifth inning. So hitting right behind Engel, we have the catcher Drew Page. Batting cleanup tonight. And an RBI opportunity for Page here with a man on second. Waited a bit too long, so Page will step out, call time. Ooh, in on Page and having to back out of the way. And seen a couple hit batters tonight from Port Huron Northern. So I don't believe it's intentional. Having some control problems. This one fouled out of play. There we see Engel on second base. Again, Page will step off, stepping back in now. Pitch home down in the dirt, but stopped by Zonlak. So Engel will stay at second base. Pitch taken high. Brings the count to 2-1 now. Again, still no outs here in the top of the fifth inning. Bottom of the fifth. Pitch grounded right back up the middle and into center field. Engel will hold at third and Page will hold at first. So runners at the corners. Drew Page again with a no-out single to advance the runners. So now stepping in was the right fielder Shane Donaldson. And we'll have a pinch runner for Page. It'll be number 12, Carlos Sanchez. Checks the runner at first and third. Pickoff move to first. not in time, just barely getting back with Sanchez. As we already seen Southgate pick off one Big Red runner so far in this one. This time comes home with it, taken high for ball one. So still no one down here in the bottom of the fifth inning. This pitch fouled along the third base line, out of play. So that brings the count to 1-1. Checking the runner at first. And third comes home with it. Ground ball to third base. Throw over to first. In time, Engel will have to stay at third. But Carlos Sanchez able to move up to second base. So now one down, runners on second and third. And now Kenny Radigan will step in. He's the DH tonight. So with Sanchez running, advancing to second, this takes Port Huron High out of the double play. First pitch swinging, strike one on Radigan. So now they're going to have to check the runner at third, and plays over at first base. Checks the runner at third. This pitch popped straight up, but it looked like it will creep back out of play. So again, Engel there on third base. With Sanchez on second. The count 0-2 now. Swinging, strike three. So Radigan will go down on strikes, and Jansen Southgate looks like he could again escape this inning with no damage done. Now Nick Johnson, left fielder, will step in. Southgate's pitched himself out of a few jams here tonight. Still finds himself right now on the losing side. Pretty good game pitched. This pitch popped up along the first base line. Coming over to make a play in foul territory is Jordan Kerr. And that does it for the bottom of the fifth inning. Huskies again out of the jam. We'll be back with the top of the sixth in just a moment here on CPHS 6. Okay, and we're back with the top of the sixth of tonight's game between the Port Huron High Big Reds and the visiting Port Huron Northern Huskies. Still on the mound for the Big Reds, number 10, Greg Marshall. He's been in a pitching duel with Jansen Southgate tonight of Port Huron Northern. So again, still a close one. Big Reds up 6-5 as we get ready to start the top of the sixth inning. Again, Carl Staffhorse here for CPHS 6 as we see Tyler Wagner stepping in for the Huskies. And the first pitch of the inning from Marshall. High, and nice stop up top by Drew Page. And the count is 1-0. That Pitch just misses outside, 2-0 the count. And now 3-0 the count, and Drew Page will take a moment and come out to talk to Marshall. So a quick meeting on the mound gives us a second. I'd like to announce our camera crew tonight for CPHS 6. On camera, Curtis Senick, Gabe Killian, Brandon Smith, Chris Orrell, Kyle Dyer, and E.J. Shea. Backstage directing is Chad Schuler. And myself announcing Carl Staffhorse. Again, a pretty good game here from Port Huron High School. Still, both teams still in it here late. And now we're waiting a 3-0 pitch from Greg Marshall. That pitch taken for strike one. So let's see how aggressive Wagner gets here. This pitch popped up in the infield. Trying to make a play is Page. And had to take about one step forward for that one, and able to make the play. So one down for the Huskies. So now Tyler Smith, playing right field tonight, will step in. And the pitch from Marshall, taken low for ball one. Strike looking, evens the count up at 1-1. So one out here in the top of the sixth inning. We see the scoreboard there. Swinging, strike two. This pitch fouled back out of play. And still trying to keep alive is Tyler Smith. That pitch taken for strike three looking. So two down now for the Huskies. But now we're back to the top of the order with Andrew Seppo. First pitch taken low in the dirt, ball one. Again, misses high, 2-0. Again, misses way high, 3-0 the count. And misses high again, so a 4-pitch walk. Andrew Seppo again doing what a leadoff hitter does, getting on base tonight. Now Tyler Thomas will step in, but it looks like we could possibly have a pitching change on the mound. At least the coach will come out and talk to Marshall. And that will be it for Marshall. So pitched a pretty good game in it and so far, and would be in line for the win. So Keddy Radigan will now pitch. So he will likely keep his same place in the lineup, actually, as he was DHing for Marshall tonight. So now we'll do the pitching as well. Give him a little bit to warm up here. So while we got a second, we'd like to remind our viewers, if you'd like a copy of this or any other program CPHS 6 has taped over the years, you can get one for a small fee by calling 984-6621. Again, that's 984-6621. So Radigan will inherit Seppo on first. But with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning. So getting in his warm-up tosses now. And that's exactly what they are. A little cool out here for tonight's game. Sun is out and shining. But again, a little on the chilly side. So there I am there. A shot from the center field as our very luxurious, I can't even talk now. I choke when they put the camera on me. A very luxurious press box here from Port Huron High School. So again, there we see the scoreboard at the top of the 6th inning. And the Big Reds still lead 6-5 after that solo shot from Jordan Galanos. So it's basically been the Jordan Galanos show tonight, being involved in 5 of the Big Red runs. But we're back and ready to start. Tyler Thomas will step in. First pitch from Radigan. Fouled back out of play into the parking lot. So 0-1 the count on Thomas. That one right in there for strike 2. So coming in throwing strikes. Again, we'll check the runner at first. Comes home with it. Caught him ahead of it for strike 3. So coming in off the bench for 3 strikes in a row. And that does it for the top of the 6th inning. Back with the bottom of the 6th in just a moment here on CPHS 6. So back with the bottom of the 6th, and we'll have a change in the lineup for the Big Reds. Now playing first base is Bill Davies. And still in the mound, Jansen Southgate for the Huskies. First pitch starts off with a strike 1. Now one taken for strike 2, so Southgate off with a 0-2 count. Start this inning. So 0-2 count. Davies will call time and step out. just got a piece of that one, fouled it to the backstop. Count stays at 0-2. Again, just getting a piece of it. So keeping himself alive. And once again, we have an 0-2 pitch from Southgate. That one taken inside for ball one. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Throw over to first to complete the strikeout in time. So 1 down for the Big Reds here in the bottom of the 6th inning. So now David Seppo will step in. Shows bunt, pulls it back, and takes strike 1. This pitch in between the hole at first and second. And Dave Seppo is on with a 1-out single. Again in the bottom of the 6th inning. So back to the top of the order for the Big Reds. Jordan Galanos will now step in. Again, it's been the Jordan Galanos show tonight, involved in 5 of the 6 runs for the Big Reds, with 4 RBIs and a run scored. Well, 2 runs scored. Throw to first. Not in time. Again, the throw over to first. Again, back in time is Seppo. Off on the pitch is Seppo. The throw down from Zonlak. High and safe sliding in. The second is David Seppo. The stolen base for the Big Reds. So at this point, just trying to manufacture a run to add to this 1-run lead. And Southgate's been pretty tough these past few innings, so stolen base definitely helping the cause. Gets down to bunt now, but it will fall foul. So we'll have to retreat now. The count tied up at 1-1. Southgate leads in. Throw home. I'm going to call that just fouled off. But that's strike 2. So the 1-2 pitch to Galanos. Taken low for ball 2. Pitch popped up and back out of play. So keeping alive in this one. Again, there we see Dave Seppo on second base. Step off the mound and no throw over to second. Trying to keep a base runner close. Down the dirt to the backstop. Seppo's on his way to third. He looks like he's rounding. Rounding third, but he will retreat back. Another stolen base on the pass ball for David Seppo. So Glanos again keeping alive in this at bat. Making Southgate throw some pitches. Throw home again, fouled back out of play. Checks the runner at third, goes home with it. Taken high for ball 4, so a great at bat by Glanos, working a walk. And now the Big Reds with runners on the corners. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And now Durand Ashford will step in. Sensing the pickoff move back to first is Glanos. Off on the pitch, and there's going to be throw down, but coming in to cut off the play. So Glanos steals second. So now runners on second and third. And the pitch to Durand Ashford. Excuse me, I think we have a pinch hitter. Looks like maybe Jeremy Rohde at the plate. Some late inning substitutions here for the Big Reds. After Radigan has taken the mound. And the pitch gets down a bunt. 1 run will score. Play over to first in time. And Glanos moves up to third. But Jeremy Rohde lays down an RBI sac bunt. Makes this a 7-5 game for the Big Reds. Now 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th inning. Now Anthony Engel will step in. Pass ball, and coming home is Glanos. And another run scored for the Big Reds makes it 8-5. And they're starting to put this game out of reach. So the Big Reds starting to come away with this one down the stretch. This pitch is hit into left field. Played cleanly, but a single for Engel. And the Big Reds with another base runner on here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th inning. Now the catcher, Drew Page, will step in. It still looks like we have no action to replace the pitcher, Southgate. Struggling a bit in this half inning. Checks the runner, throws home with that strike 1 on Drew Page. Again, swinging strike 2. Jansen Southgate up with an 0-2 count. That pitch misses high for ball 1. Pitch just fouled off, back out of play. So again, the Big Reds with 2 more runs this inning. Makes it a 8-5 game. That pitch taken for strike 3 looking. So finally out of the jam are the Huskies, but last chance now in the top of the 7th. Have those just in a moment here on CPHS 6. So Kenny Radigan for the Big Reds will try to close this one out, as the Port Huron High Big Reds now have a 8-5 lead. So last chance for the Huskies here in the top of the 7th inning. And it looks like we will start off with number 2, James McMillan. Going with an RBI double way back in the 1st inning, and leads this inning off with a base hit into center field. So that's what the Huskies need to start this one if they want to keep in this game. Again, we said they're down 8-5. So having to make up 3 innings. But off to a good start. Now stepping in, we have Zach Zurr. Pitch in for ball 1. Off on the pitch is McMillan. Looked like it was a hit and run. But that pitch is fouled out of play. So that brings the count to 1-1. Huskies trying to stay out of that double play. Trying to shake things up a little bit with a hit and run. Can't blame them. doubt if they'd try it again, though. Pitch taken outside for a ball, 2-1. Again off on the pitch. Again swinging, blooped in. Charging was Galanos, but kind of plopped in on there in the infield grass. So Zurer will reach again with an infield single. We'll move McMillan over to second. And now the Huskies with 2 on here in the top of the 7th inning. Still with no outs. And now for the Huskies, they'll have number 7, Jordan Kerr. We have a brief meeting on the mound for the Big Reds. So while we had that last inning, a couple substitutions for the Big Red defense. Now playing first, we have Bill Davies. And sliding over to third is Anthony Engel. That taking place after Radigan took the mound. Corner's playing in a little bit. We'll see if Kerr shows bunt. Does get one down. Fielded by the pitcher. Play over to first in time. Good job covering first by David Seppo. But the runners do advance to second and third. So again, this brings the tying run at home plate. And that would be this time Alex Zonlak. Time is called. Now he stares in. Throw home. Gets down another bunt. And third baseman not. And James McMillan on third base. Not coming home right away after that one. So you got to think he was trying to bunt for a single. So now the pitch from Radigan. 0-1 pitch. Taken for strike 2, so quickly ahead 0-2. Here with 1 out here in the top of the 7th inning. Swinging strike 3. And Kenny Radigan with a big strikeout that could keep this inning scoreless. So now Nate Manis will step in. First pitch actually to the backstop, so coming home with it. And 1 run will score for the Huskies. That was James McMillan taking off from third base. Makes this a 8-6 game. Also with a runner advancing to third base. Pitch from Radigan now. Again, taken low in the dirt. count now, 2-0. Nate Manis. His pitch grounded in the infield, but through. So 1 run will score. Manis will round first, but will retreat. So now that makes it 8-7. And the Huskies are only down by 1. Now stepping in will be Tyler Wagner for the Huskies. That puts the tying run at first and the go-ahead run at home plate. Checks the runner at first. And a big lead, but he'll stay put at first. First pitch taken for ball 1. And again, faking the steal. And again, taken for a ball. So the Huskies got to stay patient at the plate, make him throw strikes. This pitch taken for strike 1. So 2-1 the count now. On Tyler Wagner. Again, checks Manis at first. Again, takes a aggressive lead. This one again down low, though. So 3-1 now. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning. This pitch grounded through the infield, past Davies and into right field. Actually bobbled that play. So the runner moves to third. And David Seppa will charge this ball into the infield. Now runners on the corners. And that puts that tying run at third now. And Tyler Smith set the step in for the Huskies. Again, another meeting on the mound for Port Huron High. And Kenny Gradigan will stay in the game. So still responsible for the Big Reds to get out of this jam will be Radigan. Tyler Smith stepping in. Still waiting a bit while Drew Page relays signs. And a big at-bat here for the Huskies. Trying to rally back into this one. First pitch taken for strike 1, and that was a huge pitch. It's about everything we expect from these rivalry games. I think they're over, and then Huskies rallying to get back in this one. This pitch fouled off, so 0-2. Great start for Radigan. Now steps in the 0-2 pitch. Taken high for ball 1. One, two checks the runners. Throw home down to the dirt, strike three looking, so that does it. The Port Huron High Big Reds get out of the jam and win this one 8-7. So a great game as we always expect from these rivalry games. We'd like to all thank you for joining us here today on CPHS 6. I'm Carl Stafford. Good night.